Hey, what's up, guys? Today is Sunday, August 18th, and this is Trailtime Confessions. And today, I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. First thing is I am going to be changing up some of the formats, how I'm doing the videos. And one of my best friends, Spencer Dominguez, DJ Suspense, who started up his company a couple years ago, Excite Entertainment, who, he's been a DJ for probably almost all of his life since he was a little kid, dreaming about being a DJ. And, I remember going to parties with Spence back in the day and having a lot of fun. And being up at Stevens Point with him was some of the best memories I've ever had in my life. A lot of fun stuff we did back in the day. And I'm sure he's got stories galore, as do I. But anyways, if you are getting married, if it's that time and you're looking for a DJ, not only a DJ, but just all around entertainment for your big gig, for your best night of your life, he's got lighted dance floors and synchronized lighting and a whole bunch of crazy stuff that'll just make that special day even more special. So that's my plug for Spencer. But I also wanted to give him a special thanks because he helped to set up my podcast, which is called Trailtime Confessions. And that is on Podbean. That's Podbean. And you can search for it on there. So you can just search for Trailtime Confessions and you'll be able to find that. So like I said, this is episode 10. And I kind of want to think of this as kind of like a warm-up for what's to come. And I still plan on touching base with you guys to talk about my life on the trail. And that's exactly what these last 10 episodes have been, is exactly that. My life on the trail and what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm doing, what I'm eating, how I'm doing that, and just my experiences here. So I'm going to continue to do that and upload these videos to the group, just because I really enjoy doing it. And I also want to keep that connection with you guys special in my group. And because, I know you guys are supporting me and I appreciate that. And the podcast is going to be strictly audio. However, I am going to have a video version of it on my YouTube channel. Now, the big issue out here is service, Wi-Fi and LTE, because even with 3G, my phone is just too much. So, or I should say, it's just not enough. There's not enough bandwidth for anything that I'm doing. So, even my text messages aren't even going through on just 1x, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt, which is why I'm out here, I guess, to be away from my phone. But I also want to document this so I never forget it. But and it is important to document how I'm feeling and what I'm doing out here, because this is changing my life, and this has honestly been one of the best things I've done for me in my entire life. And so what I wanted to talk to you about is the new theme for my podcast, which is, the title is Trailtime Confessions, because I'm talking to you guys and I'm confessing. And I think that's a really cool concept, and there's many different ways that we can take that, even down the road, as I continue on to other trails around the country. So I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live video explaining my breakthrough that I had the other day, and coming out of Syad Valley. And I had a big hill to climb, and it was right after the 1,000 mile marker for heading southbound. And honestly, you know, hitting that 1,000 mile marker for me was, oh man, I started to think about the last 700 miles and was like, where the hell did it go? And I did the state of Oregon, which is right around the same amount of miles, plus or minus, I don't know, 80. I did the state of Oregon in half of the amount of time I did Washington. So, you know, I look back at my photos and I look back at my videos, and I was like, damn, I didn't, you know, in comparison to the state of Washington, you know, I have so much volume, so much videos that I've done and pictures that I've taken, just because the state was just amazing. And Oregon was just, well, I don't want to say just as amazing, because out of the two, I definitely think that Washington is beautiful. They're just different. And my you know, taking photos and videos and stuff within the state was a lot less than what I did in Washington. And so moving forward, you know, I'm just trying to be cognizant of being present here on my trek, but also making sure that I am documenting as I hit my daily milestones, and you know, talking to the camera of, you know, how I'm feeling and how the day went and all those things, because you know, everything starts to kind of blend together out here. And you know, I'm looking at my dates, I'm looking at the calendar, and I'm like, holy crap, it's been 2 months, you know, over 2 months out here. And it's just, I know I've missed out on a lot back home, and that makes me feel sad, you know, that I missed out on summer back home with friends and family, and heading up north with my dad and Jana, and you know, doing trips around the state and hanging out with friends and just enjoying my time in the city. So you know, but at the same time, being out here has allowed me to really grow and uncover the real me, and which has always been there. It's just been in a cage. And so yeah, that's what I'm talking to you guys about. So my new topic, my new focus for the podcast is going to be called Uncovery. And Uncovery, I don't even know if it's a word. If it's not, I just made that shit up. Because, you know, I started to think about how I'm healing out here, how I'm leveling up how I'm working through my problems, how I'm working through my personal limitations, my fears, my self-doubt, everything that we have as humans that we put on ourselves based on society and things that have happened to us. And what I've realized is that for nearly half of my life, for the past 18 years, things have happened to me and because of me. And those things, events, breakups, big life changes, failures, have put me into a cage. And with each added failure and problem and issue that we all put back on ourselves adds another bar to that cage. And before I knew it, I had so many problems, both in my head, in my business, and in my personal life. And I realized that, my addiction was problems. And that's not from me, that's from Tony Robbins. And listening to him and his podcast and working with Jules, my strength finder coach, and Josh from Odyssey and his company, and just talking with friends and mentors about my problems, really is what it all comes down to. And working through all of that over the past year has really given me insight and has helped put things in perspective here on the trail for me. So I want to personally thank each and every single one of the people that I've counted on, that I've leaned on over the past couple years, that have listened to me and that have helped me move forward. Because honestly, that's what it's all about. It's about growth. If you're not growing, you're dying. And that's, again, a quote from Tony Robbins, because you have to continue to water the tree, and the tree will grow. And so Uncovery for me is not recovery. You think of recovery as in fitness, and recovery is healing the body, renewing all of that broken down tissue and replacing it with new, better version of what it once was. And so in therapy for addiction and in the medical industry too, recovery is used for addiction and coming out of surgery and things like that. So the word recovery has many different definitions, and it means something different to many different people based on the context and actually what the word is being used for. So I started to think on the trail about what really defines what is going on with me, and what is going on with my psyche, what's happening here on the trail to me. And the first word that came to my mind was recovery. And even though I've had problems in my life, which we all do, I'm thankful that I haven't had any major issues in my life. I've never been addicted to drugs or alcohol. I've experimented, that's for sure, and I like to have fun, but definitely not, and have not been addicted to any substance, and I'm thankful for that. I think part of the reason why is my warrior spirit, and my mother. From before I can remember, she smoked cigarettes, and my grandmother smoked, and lots of people in my family have smoked, and I've gotten over it. And my mother continues to still smoke, and I hope and pray one day that she will quit, because I've been begging and pleading for her to quit smoking since probably I could talk. So I hated smoke, hated it. So ever since I was little. And so, not to knock my mom and my mother at all, I love you. But I'm concerned for your health, and I want to see you live healthy. So that's all. So Uncovery, what it means to me is on becoming the person I was meant to be. And so I think a lot of people in life go through life not truly understanding or becoming the person that they were actually meant to be, because each and every one of you guys are meant to do something great. We all have purpose in life, and much greater than ourselves. And giving back, serving, is the ultimate thing that we can do as humans, is help inspire other people to be a better version of themselves. And honestly, I know that's what I was meant to do, and that's why I'm out here, because I have been in a cage for a long time, and I'm a motherfucking tiger. So I've been gnawing at these motherfucking bars for a long time, breaking them off one by one over the last year, as I'm learning about myself and learning about my capacity and what I can do, and actually who I am. And that feels so good. And 2 days ago, as I left Sayad Valley, there's a huge hill that you have to climb. And I waited around for Mr. Moneymaker, my hiking partner that I've been hiking with for just a couple days, but I really enjoyed hanging out with him, and he's funny, and he's hiking for a good purpose. So he's hiking for a cure, for a foundation, and he's raised over $160,000+ over the past couple years. So I very much admire him, and he hasn't had it easy on the trail. And so I wanted to continue hiking with him, but he was waiting on a package that didn't come, and I had to go because I'm on a schedule. So I just couldn't take a zero. So I got up to the tent site campground before the main climb. And the main climb was about 15 miles and roughly about 5,000 plus feet of elevation gain. So it's a big hill. And the good thing is it was smooth. And when I got to it, I honestly felt change in me. My legs felt extremely strong. My feet didn't hurt anymore. And I felt the need to run. So I put on my earphones and I ran up that motherfucking hill. It took me 4.5 hours to get to roughly the top. It was 8:45. I left just after 4 p.m. from the campground, and I actually lost my footprint to my tent, and I didn't realize it until I got to the top of the hill. And there was no damn way that I was going back down in the middle of the night to try and find it. So the footprint is basically a tie back, very light but durable piece of material that goes underneath your tent to protect the floor of your tent from getting scratched up, holes in it, water barrier, etc. So as I was running up the hill, I had a breakthrough, and I had a vision of me as my spirit animal, that fucking roaring tiger inside that cage. And I got to the point where, I'd broken off these bars enough that I could squeeze out. And they've been off for a while. I'd say, maybe 500 miles. So the opportunity for me to leave this box has been there. And there's been fear of leaving your home for the past 18 years. And I just needed to know that it was okay. And so this cage has been my problems, my addiction to these problems, my regret, my self-doubt, my insecurities, my feelings of being inferior, my low self-confidence, my fear of being me. A motherfucking tiger. And so, as I got to the hill, I just ran. And I left that box for good. And it was really fucking powerful. And I'm really glad I did it. Let me get past this guy. How's it going, man? Good. As you can see, I'm walking up another hill. I'm out of breath. So, running up that hill meant a lot to me, because it was not only an immense challenge for my physical body, but my mental and spiritual mind was free, and it felt really good. I had lots and lots of tears of joy, and I feel that I am in a really good place to talk about it. And that alone is going to be the topic of my podcast. And the beginning of it, my road to Uncovery, and how I've been able to maneuver the 6 basic needs that we all share as humans: certainty, uncertainty, significance, connection, and love. Those are superficial. And again, this is coming straight from Tony Robbins. The superficial human needs that we all share, that we all prioritize based on our life in that moment. And so those needs, I've learned a lot of valuable lessons from personal relationships, business, and in life over the last 18 years. And the next 2 needs are the higher level needs, which are growth and progress, and the need to give beyond yourself to serve. And I feel that those 2 higher needs have a barrier, and that barrier, that threshold, not everybody gets to that place to where they can break through that threshold. And I feel that I was on the verge of that growth, that threshold for the last year, and I know I was. And doing the PCT slingshotted me into growth. And this is why I'm here, so that I can grow and make progress for me, so that I can help and serve other people. And so I will continue to share my life on the trail with you through these Trailtime confession videos and post them in a pctmonomyth, the reality show in my head. And we'll also post the podcast videos. I will be breaking down each human need that we all share, starting with certainty, and talking about how my life over the past 18 years has shifted with certainty, based on my experiences and things that I've done and things that have happened to me, both to me and because of me. And so that is it for today, guys. This is Trailtime Confessions, and this is probably one of the best videos I've put out yet. And I pray every day and hope that my life gets to that next level, so that I can continue to help other people grow. And I pray for all of you, and I'm thankful for your support. And all I ask is that you guys help support me in this process and help share my story, and continue to help to invite people to my group and to my YouTube channel and to my podcast, because it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna end this, and right at about 30 minutes. It's gonna take forever to upload. We'll see how that happens. Wasn't planning on going into Etna, but I may just have to do that so I can get out to some Wi-Fi and start promoting this. So again, thank you guys for all of your support. Love each and every one of you guys. And hope you have a great Sunday. Take care.